I just what I dream is what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it.
We want the people to see it. We go do this at the restaurant.
You can see the ocean right there. Look at that. There's blue.
She doesn't know how to set up the camera. You guys see the ocean in the background?
So we want to film outside, but the sun is not doing too good. It's over there, and we want to film in front of the ocean. Babe wants you to see the ocean so badly right now, but I had to turn the exposure up so that you could see us. Welcome back to our channel. Right now we are in Costa Rica, so we wanted to film a little get to know us since we've getting a little bit more subscribers. So I know some people have asked some questions. So I'm Jasmine. This is my lovely husband.
Whoa. Mike.
We're gonna do a little Q&A for you guys to get to know us while we're in Costa Rica.
Did we get married in Costa Rica this week?
You didn't know it. I put a ring on you when you were asleep.
Yeah, we had a good night last night, didn't we?
Okay, so the first question is for you, Michael. How did we meet?
How's that question for me?
I want to hear you say it.
So how did we meet? Let's see. Well, we met back in the summer of 2016.
It was fall.
The end of summer going into the fall of 2016.
September.
I was actually going into TJ Maxx. So I was going to TJ Maxx to buy some home furnishings. Correct?
Yeah.
And I think you just happened to walk across the aisle, right? Actually,
no, you came in.
Check, that was second.
That was the
second time. So I got all my stuff that I wanted to purchase, went through the checkout line, and you were ringing me up.
I was working at TJ Maxx.
You were working at TJ Maxx.
And I rung him up.
And then I think this is where you first a WTF moment, right?
Yeah.
You said you had a tattoo on your wrist.
I have a tattoo on my wrist.
And a curiosity, I said, well, what's that about?
He asked me about my tattoo, and I explained to him.
And I grabbed my receipt and left.
And then he grabbed it, and then he just left. Like, it was a great conversation. He looked engaged. I was like, oh, he's cute. And he thought I was cute because he wouldn't have asked me about my tattoo if he didn't think I was cute. And then he just left. He didn't ask me out. He didn't ask for my number. I was appalled.
I had to go set up my house with the new pillows.
It was nighttime. You weren't setting anything up. So that's how we met. That's not how we started dating. How long have you been together?
Oh, I think I said, what is
2016?
Fall of 2016. So this fall in 2019 will be 3 years coming up.
Oh, and please excuse the not having makeup on. We're in Costa Rica. We just got out of the beach, so no makeup. Who asked?
Me neither.
Who asked who out?
Who asked who out? Who's that question for? That's for you.
You asked me out.
Okay, you answer.
Mike asked me out, of course. But that wasn't...
I don't even
he didn't ask me out on the day that he met me. He left me hanging. And then he came back in to ask me out 2 months later, maybe? A month later?
It wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long.
A few weeks.
He came looking for me.
Maybe at 3 weeks.
He knew he was looking at his future.
How did that happen?
How'd you ask me out? That's not one of the questions, but... He came back in.
Secret squirrel?
He came back in maybe a month later, maybe a few weeks later, and I saw him walk in, and he looked familiar, but not familiar enough for me to like remember where. I was like, oh, he's cute, and then he looks kind of familiar, so I followed him to the back because there was nobody in the store. It was at nighttime, like 8 o'clock probably. It was dark, and he was around the sheet aisle.
Once again?
And he was hovering over there, so I went over there to hover, and I was talking to one of the girls who works back there, and we were just having a conversation. I was being kind of loud so that he could hear me and know that I was right there. This was in my mind. I was doing this on purpose. And then I walked by the sheet out to make sure that he was still there, because he was in that aisle for a really long time. And then he came out, and you just started talking to me. We had about a 45-minute conversation around there, and then finally he asked for my number. He was wearing...
45-minute conversation?
Yeah, it was a pretty long conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I was just trying to figure out the thread count for my sheets.
No, you weren't. Maybe.
Shopping for bed sheets.
And he asked me out. Funny story about that, too. So if you want to know about that, ask.
I thought that was a question.
You stood me up.
I,
He stood me up. He stood me up. We were supposed to go out on Monday.
That's the next question.
We were no, it's not.
You said yeah. Okay.
We were supposed to go out Monday, on a Monday, and he never hit me up. We made the plans to go out Monday, and he never texted me. And I was about to not talk to you again, but something told me to give you another chance.
Appreciate that. 3 years later.
And then we went out on the following Wednesday. Okay. What did you think about each other when you first saw one another? You go first.
That's attractive. I mean, yeah.
Really?
Actually, the first thing that caught my attention was your calves.
I got some diesel calf muscles.
She has some nice calves. You can't really see them here, but when she stands up and walks, hikes, she got
That's some nice calves. I thought he was just cute. A nice, cute white boy. I did not know he was the age that he was.
Ooh.
What did you do for your first date?
Cut.
What did we do for our first date?
Wow, this is where it starts getting fuzzy.
Really?
First date?
I remember
Did we
everything.
go to sushi?
No.
Ooh.
He doesn't remember. That's so special for us.
We've done so many dates though.
That shouldn't matter.
First date.
First date's the most important.
I'm drawing a blank.
We went to BBW's, B-Dubs, which is
Buffalo
Wild Wings. It was late.
That's because you just got off work.
Yeah, but I made sure I was pretty.
So that wasn't really a date.
That was a date. Then, after that, I took you to my special place out in the park in front of that water fountain.
Special place.
Yeah. And we sat on the lawn and we sat on the boat deck and we just sat and talked. We didn't go home till like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. I think maybe the latest was 3 a.m. You don't remember that?
I do remember that. I didn't think that was our first date. So I don't consider that a date. So you were just getting off work. Hey, you want to?
No, you had to make it up to me on Monday.
Grab something to eat.
So we moved it to Wednesday, and I said maybe 9, maybe 10 o'clock because I was getting off. But I made sure I was very cute. It was a date.
It's a date.
What is it like being with someone so much younger?
It's a challenge.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Oh. How is it not?
How's it not? How's it challenging?
Just the energy, right?
Oh.
Attitude, mindset. It's programmed differently, right?
Oh.
I mean, I think from 20s to your 30s to your 40s, I mean, you have a different perception on life at 20.
True.
And then you do your 30s and then you do your 40s, so.
Okay. How does it feel being with someone so much older? It doesn't feel any different because I've always dated older. It doesn't feel different. You have such a young soul. It doesn't feel different. I think you operate differently than anybody I've dated before because you're older and you have so much experience.
Define experience.
Okay, so any other guy I've ever dated, I was able to take the reign. I controlled everything. With you,
except for combing your hair.
I never comb my hair. You can't comb curly hair.
Oh yeah, brush.
With you, I trust you with anything. I'm okay with being submissive and letting you lead. I trust your judgment. So, with all my other relationships, I did not trust their judgment. It was all me.
And they were older as well?
Yeah. The last one I was in, he was only maybe 2 years older than me. Maybe.
It's not really old.
Yeah, but the one before that, he was pretty stupid. And I had to do everything for him.
You got an upgrade.
I got an upgrade. I got a better man.
Let me upgrade you.
When did you realize you really wanted to be together in a serious long-term relationship?
Have we figured it out yet?
That's a
Here comes the emoji.
That's a good question. That's a great question. it was much harder for you. I knew instantly.
Yeah, just coming out of a relationship for me, I wasn't really ready to jump back into anything serious. I think I shared that with you, right?
Always.
And it probably wasn't until I think I shared this with you previously, when my children started, I just saw your interaction with my children, right? And I knew that, this could be getting serious. So, yeah, I guess that won me over.
How long ago was that?
It didn't take long, right? So...
It was a fight.
With the children?
No, it was a fight getting you to be long-term, to actually secure that.
Well, that's a whole nother episode, right? Just like I said, I just wasn't ready.
He was fighting the love, right? Admit it.
And the young energy we just spoke about.
Right? He was fighting it. I knew he wanted me, even though he would tell me things that would...
Just blow the head up.
I knew he wanted me. Even though he made it difficult. He put up quite a few walls for me to get through, but I'm Jasmine, so...
Okay, Jasmine.
I bust down walls. I knew instantly, like I said. Usually when I want something, I go after it, and I kind of already know the vibe. It's gonna be perfect.
And 3 years later, it's been
perfect. Okay, do you get frustrated with me because of the things that are learned with age?
I think we kind of highlighted this in a couple previous questions, right? Yeah. I think sometimes, right? But then I gotta take a step back and realize, hey, it's an age thing. You haven't gone through it before, so I've been through it, right? So it's a learning process. But I think I try to help you, right? I try to give you examples and share my life experiences and say, hey, this is what to expect, or this is what I think, or this is what I think the younger people think at this age, or I don't know. I think
he does get frustrated. Yeah, I love hearing his perspective. So I like that he has gone through certain things in his life that I can ask him about. He's the first older man you've been with for long term.
Why long term? What's long term for you, Ms. Jasmine?
Forever.
Well, you had long term. You had a relationship.
I've had long term before. He's the oldest that I've been with long term, but I have been with older people. So my longest relationship was with a guy who's probably now 34, 35 years old, maybe 35 years old now. I dated him when he was 28 and I was 18. 10. He was 10 years old. He was 10 years older than me, and
that's the age gap.
I don't want to say he was crap, but if you follow me on this is going up on 2 YouTube pages, so if you follow me on my other YouTube page, then you know who I'm talking about. I've made quite a few videos about him. He was crap.
Wow.
And I'm being fair.
So I better not screw up, huh?
I'm being very fair. You know what happened.
Yeah, I know what happened. That's another Q&A day.
Yeah. Have you ever been married before?
I have. Have you?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He has been married. How long were you married for?
I was married for right about 10 years. 10 years. And that was the issue early on, one of the initial questions of why it was so difficult for me to get back into a relationship.
Why it was so difficult for me to get into his heart.
Well, 10 years doing anything is a long time, right? It's a big investment, right? So you have to heal and move on, and I don't think I was ready at that time. So I mean, it's working out.
I was the rebound.
That's another question, right? Because you asked me that before, right?
I have asked him quite a few times if I was the rebound, and he says no. So
obviously I wasn't even trying to get at you.
Do you feel you're missing out on the things young people do because you're with someone so much older?
That's your question, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we did today. And what you've lost.
Definitely not. I mean, if I was with someone my age, most likely I would not be sitting in Costa Rica. So that's a plus. When I turned 18, I partied every single weekend, so I kind of had my fun, and I'm still having fun. It's just a different type of fun. What young people do is they party a lot every weekend, and I've already done that. I'm kind of over it. I want to do traveling now. I want to, you know, live that type of lifestyle. So no, I'm not missing out, and I feel like younger people are missing out on what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Traveling.
Climb trees today.
Oh yeah, what we did today, we climbed some trees, we backpacked down to a waterfall. God, we swam in the Costa Rican Peninsula Ocean, Pacific Ocean. We house hunted. We're on a cliff in a glamping hut house. Really? Am I missing out on anything? No, I think other people are missing out. Do you guys party together?
Till about 7:30 at night, it's time to go to bed.
When we first started dating, yeah, we did. We went to the bar a lot.
We do okay. No, we did. That's not even a lie.
We stayed out late. We used to stay out way later. Yeah, so we do sometimes, but I'm
like
really...
New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah,
New
New Year's.
So those events, like your birthday, like big events.
New Year's, we stayed till 12 a.m. and went back home.
He gone.
I was gone too. I'm ready to go. I'm 25 now. I'm 25 years old now, so I think I'm at that age where a girl usually starts to want to slow down and do things. Like I said, wow, you got a big cut right here.
That's from climbing a tree.
Climbing a tree today.
But when we went to Baltimore, we went out, right?
Yeah, we went out late. So occasionally we do party, but it's not really something.
It's not partying like that.
Yeah, it's not hard partying. And I still have my young friends who like me to come over, like Haley invited me over to drink. I went home early that day because I had the kids at home with him. Aaron had a New Year's Eve party that we were invited to, but I had to do something for a company, so I took him with me, and that was cool. So on occasion we party. All right, last question. How does your older son, who is 22 years old, feel about you dating a 25-year-old?
Ouch. I'm not sure if we really sat down and spoke about that. I think he says, if I remember, that's cool. As any college kid would. But he's very supportive. I mean,
Brandon's cool.
It's cool.
Mike's the cool dad.
So that was it?
Yeah, that was the last question. So if you guys have any more questions down below, I know that there's more subscribers coming. Put it down below into the comment section and we'll answer it, or we'll do another Q&A video.
This is my first one ever, by the way.
Yeah, he felt awkward. He was like, it's like an interview.
This is like one of those age gap things, right?
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is what you thrive in. And I'm like,
what is this?
Like, speaking to that lens right there.
So yeah, we're in Costa Rica. If you want to see more of our videos of us traveling, then of course subscribe to this channel. If you're on my main channel, come over. I'll put the link in the description box and in the comment section for you to come subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. We're posting a lot. We have a family Instagram page now.
Coming up shortly.
For our travels, where we'll be posting our travel pictures, and also, you know, my Instagram, fashion and travel. This is the ocean that he wants me so desperately to show you.
Dude, how come it's not in the background? That's $1 million shot right there.
This is what we were sitting behind.
It's like the edit at the end.
Yeah.
The exit. I mean, that's $1 million view. Why wouldn't you put that in the backdrop?
You look so good.
Huh?
You look so good.
Let's figure that out.
No. I get amazed every time I look at you. And this is our little glamping hut. We have a hot tub right there. You can see it all on the vlog. We're going to go down to the beach though, so.
You like my trucker hat? Cut! Cut! Oh Lord.
I just wanna be, it's what you make it. Always try to give.